Oh, hi! It's George the Geologist here. I'm back here in the UNE Discovery Lab and I'm looking again at some of my friends, the igneous rocks. I've been talking a lot about them lately and I sometimes say how old they are, like this lovely piece of granite here, which is 251 million years old. Now, how do we know how old these rocks are? Because obviously we weren't there to see them form, and something like this formed really deep underground, so we wouldn't have been able to watch it happen anyway. Well, we use a little friend, a little mineral called zircon. And this is what it looks like. Now, these little zircon grains, they're often so small, they're like a little grain of sand, which is why I had to print off a picture rather than have a nice one here for you. But that's what they look like. And they're made up of 3 different chemical elements: zirconium, silicon, and oxygen. And all of those elements arrange themselves together in a crystal lattice a little bit like this. So we've got some black oxygen there, we've got some blue silicon, and we've got some yellow zirconium. Now, something that's really cool about zircon is that when it's growing, and it grows in the magma or the liquid rock, and if there's a little bit of uranium floating around in there, the uranium can take the place of the zirconium in this crystal. So that's what we call an impurity. It's just every now and then one of the zirconiums gets swapped out for some uranium. And you might have heard of uranium before. It's got a very special property called radioactivity. And that means when that little uranium atom, it'll break down over time and change into a different element. In the case of uranium, it's lead. So it goes from uranium into lead and releases a little bit of radioactivity as that happens. So in a zircon crystal, I made a little Lego one here to show you. There'll be little bits of uranium scattered all throughout the crystal, and over time, they'll slowly change into lead. But lead doesn't like to go into the zircon when it's growing, so any lead that's inside there has to have come from that radioactive breakdown of uranium. And by putting the zircon into a very sensitive machine that's able to detect tiny traces of uranium and lead, we're able to work out how much of each one is there and calculate how long that uranium has been sitting there breaking down. So that's how we're able to work out the age of these really cool igneous rocks like granite. So why don't you have a go making some Lego zircon crystals at home? I'd love to see what yours look like, and I will see you next time.